Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe After Hours. If you've been home quarantined, if you've been stuck in traffic because you can't move or you're stuck in your driveway, what Brooklyn Cafe is here to say, we're here to keep you company.
So kick up your feet, grab a cold drink, and share some time with Dawn and Freddie and friends. Give us a call, share some ideas, tell us about how your day is going. It doesn't matter where you're listening from or watching, because right now, it's
showtime! Welcome to After Hours. Remember when you used to do it? You gotta whisper because after hours you don't want to wake up any of the chitlins.
We got a lot going on for After Hours. We're getting our Gubba weekend started early. We've got a big event happening tomorrow.
What's the big event?
We're going to be at Deck 84 tomorrow, 4
Why?
o'clock, because we've got a Gubba rum sampling with Mr. Gubb, who's somewhere in the house. I'm not sure where he is, but...
He went to get shirts. He tells me he's taking care of it.
All right, good.
Yeah, right. He's probably lost. He's not even from here. He's probably in West Palm looking for the studio.
Let's see. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours.
Is that open venue?
What, After Hours?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
At 4, you can invite everybody on the radio?
Absolutely. Do
Wouldn't
it.
that be hilarious?
Do it.
4,000 people show up at Deck 84 that holds 100.
And Steve thinks he's going to get away with one bottle of Gubba rum.
Bring the tab. Steve has got it covered. Come and have a drink on Gubba.
4 to 6 tomorrow night at Deck 84 in Delray Beach. Coming out and join Dawn and Freddie and friends, as they say, and Steve Gubb as we have a Gubba rum sampling. Yes, you can stay for food, cocktails. I'm sure they will make anything you would like. You've got your glass ready to go for tomorrow?
Apparently I didn't get anything, so I'm going to have to drink this.
Is that your sampling glass?
This is my Gubba.
That's your Gubba?
Yeah, Gubba tablets.
The other day I was changing sets and actually something hit that, the glass went over, the jewels went everywhere, and all I could do was thank God that you weren't here to laugh at me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nothing broke?
No, thankfully nothing broke.
All right, we're going to have to get a move on because we got people all over the studio.
We've got a full show lined up for you today. We've got Jay Harmon, our colored pencil artist, joining us today. We've got Wayne, we've got Reba, we've got her guest Eric, we've got music and singers and impersonators and Eilleen and Barry Rubin from London. But first and foremost today, I just want you to know, is February 18th, and it is National Battery Day. So in case you are running out of those very well-needed batteries for whatever appliances you might need.
Even Barry's laughing.
Honor your
not
battery.
Saying nothing.
He can't say anything anymore because
Nothing.
he's got to stay right on my good side.
That's
He's
right.
on my right side, my good side.
And if you need a battery, just let...
No.
What did he say?
He thought we said National Barry Day.
Battery.
Will be back.
And I thought he said barrier. National Barrier Day.
You don't want to know what I thought he said.
National Barry
Wow.
Day.
My head is spinning. We ain't even
Oh
started.
my gosh, you guys are making me tear already. All right, you want to head over to Jay Harmon,
Let's
who is
work
in our
with
lobby.
Jay. Where is Jay? Let's bring Jay Harmon up. Mr. Jay, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you.
It is good to see you. You know, Jay, the last time we saw you on VMix, we were trying to figure out what you had changed about your appearance. And Freddie said your mustache had grown thicker, and then you came over and took your mask off, and we were still trying to figure it out until we looked at the picture of our first breakfast. And then I realized you no longer have a beard.
Correct. That's, I've decided for this year I'm making a lot of changes. I thought I'd change up my appearance a little bit, and I'm changing my style of artwork also. I'm not doing portraits right now. What I am doing is rustic American pictures, which amount to what I was doing. I've done one that you have here is an old dilapidated kind of house in the country, and I tried to make that beautiful. And I am working right now on a still life of some cowboy boots and a hat and a rope and everything. I'm working on that, and I will be doing a lot more different things, old cars, old trucks, different things that represent America, rustic America.
And
Now,
they're
I gotta
great
tell
to
you-
see. He's been taking pictures along the way so we can turn it into a video.
I got to tell you, when we saw him with the facials,
Yes.
remember that we saw him? I finally remember where I seen him. It was in 1962. What was the name of that movie with the cowboy? With the guy with the motorcycle?
Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy. There's a guy that looks just like Jay in that Urban Cowboy. I think he was an actor.
We can maybe get some like mustache wax, and then it goes right with the
Rolling fingers, mustache.
that, right?
That's what he
We're
looks like.
totally dating
And
ourselves.
and what happened? He took it off.
No, his mustache is there. He took the beard off.
He took the beard off. Now he don't look like
New year, new you.
unbelievable. And we're keeping Jay safe in the lobby. That's where you see that shot.
Okay,
There we go.
Urban Cowboy, I don't look like John Travolta.
John Travolta wasn't an urban cowboy.
I think he was.
He was not.
Who was the one on the horse? That was me on the bull at the fair. But who was the one on the bull? Was it Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock was on a horse.
No, the bull. You know,
No.
Deborah Winger. Who was it?
Yeah, Deborah Winger.
Was it Deborah Winger who got on the bull?
Deborah
Urban
Winger was
Cowboy?
in Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy, Reba.
Anybody saw it?
And
You remember Urban Cowboy? Anybody? Barry, Lord Barry.
Cole's going to look it up for us. Cole, can you look up Urban Cowboy, the movie? Who rode the bull? And who were the actors in it? And then
Jeffrey,
we'll
do you
find out.
remember Jeffrey?
I think it was Sandra Bullock, I think.
Jay, was Sandra Bullock?
No.
Deborah Winger.
Deborah
What are
Winger.
they
Ding,
questioning
ding.
Sandra?
How'd you know? How'd you know?
Deborah
that?
Winger.
Deborah Winger. Thank
Did
you
you
very
look it
much.
up or you know it?
I thought it was Deborah
You don't
Winger,
have to
but I
look it up.
just
I'm here.
confirmed it on in the phone. But
Or you
I,
asked Dr. Google?
Deborah Winger.
Deborah Winger,
Best
there you go.
movie ever, though, was Officer
Well,
and
he doesn't
Gentleman.
look
I
like-
just got to tell you.
That wasn't Deborah Winger.
Absolutely.
The female?
Yes, when he picks her up,
He picks up who? Deborah,
Deborah
Winger?
Winger. And off they go.
The one with the long hair? That wasn't Deborah Winger.
Officer and Gentleman. Yeah.
yes, it was.
I thought it was that other lady. Huh?
You're thinking of
Another
Top
movie?
Gun, I bet.
That was Deborah
I
Winger.
am losing my mind. I feel like Jeffrey.
I told you. He'll say to me, you know that woman we met 5 years ago? You know who I mean. She's got dark hair. It's curly. She had bangs, but not anymore. Do you know who I mean? Do you know?
Jay, how do people find your art, Jay?
Well, the best way to find my art right now is to come here to the studio at right here in Boca Raton, and you can see a lot of my art. You can go to my website, which is coloredpencilartist.com, and you can email me if you have any questions or you'd like to see anything at graphitist@me.com. That's GRAFITIST@me.com.
Jay, we took down your Latin dancers. They're in the lobby because this is the month of love. So I thought we had to spotlight those dancers. We're actually vectoring it to put on a shirt. I think. What is Bailey working on?
She's
for
doing it
Jay?
right now. She's doing. Bailey, did you finish that piece for Jay? Thank you, Bailey.
I think she's vectoring to put on a shirt or some merchandise,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we are opening up the merchandise. We did it for It All
Bailey's
Starts
doing
With You, and now we're doing it for Bailey. She's not there?
Maybe she went to get lunch.
She's eating again.
Also, you've got all the pieces at WNN radio station for Jay.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Jay gave me some pricing, and I am going to send it on. I think he sold 3 pieces.
Fantastic. Congratulate. Do you know which ones?
Yes, and I don't congratulate him yet. I got to send it out.
Three
Relax.
faces.
3
So
faces.
that was from his portrait series.
Yes, and they loved it. All right, Jay, thank you very much. We got to keep going. We got to keep rolling.
Awesome,
Okay, well,
Jay.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me here today, and I'm just going to keep working on more stuff. You'll
That's
see
right.
it
Bring in
soon.
that piece.
And he's going to send us his horses from his Skillshare that we're going to put that up also. We've got about 2 hours. of
He's
how to draw
sending his live
horses.
horses?
No, the Skillshare he did.
Oh, I thought he was
So we're
sending
going to
live
be
horses.
putting on that also.
Jay, all the love to your wife. Tell her we miss her.
Amen.
All right, so let's move on. Now, we're going to, JP, I got to move that camera here. So don't talk to him. Bring the camera. Let's go over. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look who shows up.
Who's here?
It's the government.
Ah, good. Perfect. 'Cause
Hey,
this
Gumby,
is
what are you
exactly
doing,
who I
Gumby?
wanted him to meet.
Doing a road trip. Hi. How are you?
So where he sets up, how
Well,
ca-
he sets up the camera. I
Yeah.
want to introduce, we've got Eric Allen of Party Host Helpers. That card, I need my glasses.
go to 2.
I need this.
And
I
bring
need
it
this
over.
card. Party Host Helpers, South Florida, coming to you from Reba Larney of Boca Magazine, a new segment we are putting together, and they're actually going to be putting together a transition spot for Reba. We are putting an ad in Boca Magazine through the Brooklyn Cafe TV, starting in your April edition through Reba. So we're really excited to work in conjunction with Reba and Boca Magazine to bring some of their print advertisers forward onto our platform. And she has brought Eric Allen with us, and he is working with Party Host Helpers of South Florida, which, Gubba, I'm glad you're here because we wanted to make this introduction because there's a lot of times you have tastings and you have samplings and you have events all over the South Florida area that you might need a party host helper.
It's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
All right, Jay.
And I have to go on do a road trip now for
Okay.
promotional material that we
Okay.
desperately need for tomorrow.
But you'll be back?
We'll talk. Can I interrupt with one thing? Did
course.
you get my email? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Hi guys. Have a great show.
Hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye.
It's like, just do it by hand. Do
All
it by
right.
hand. It'll be easy. Because it's all
You
shot.
can put it right here next to me
Oh, the
if you
shot
want
is
to.
on.
All right, so we've got Eric and Reba with us. I want
four.
to get
It don't
I want to
matter.
get Reba a mic
there.
also, so we can do that. It was good. You moved it.
It wasn't good. How can you say it was good? You had the wall, the
Here.
ceiling, and the floor. Give it to me. I'll
Here, have a
hold it.
drink.
Give me.
Have a
give me.
drink.
Give me. I'll hold it.
Really? Really, this is on radio.
That's okay.
You playing this game with me?
Yes.
All right, let's talk to Reba. Reba, tell us about Boca Magazine and your affiliation that you're working with Eric, Party Host Helpers.
Yeah, so Boca Magazine is 42 years.
Let's give Reba a mic.
Am I going over
Thank
here?
you.
Go to
Am I over
2.
here?
Yep. Hold up your hand, Cole.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reba. I'm with Boca Magazine, and Boca Magazine is 42 years in Boca Raton. We are a Boca Raton lifestyle magazine, and we bring you food, fashion, events, and stories about local people, places, and things. We've been a part of the fabric of the life of Boca Raton for 42 years. We also produce Del Rey Magazine. So Del Rey Magazine, Boca Magazine. If you are looking for fun and food and just great stories, including things like lawyers and doctors and fitness professionals, you're going to find all of that information in our magazine and on our website. I've brought with me today Eric Allen from Party Host Helpers, and Party Host Helpers is headquartered outside of Philadelphia, but they do have locations all around the country. And Eric is the director of operations for the South Florida area. And they help you at your parties and events. They can provide you bartenders and servers. And I'll let Eric talk a little more about that.
Welcome,
Thank you,
Eric.
Reba. Yes, thank you.
He
It's
has
great to.
He has
I
one.
got
He's got one.
Yep. It's great to be here. We thank you, Reba. You said it perfectly. We are South Florida's premier event staffing company. We can send bartenders, servers to your home, to your gala, to events. We work with. We have over 10,000 staff nationwide. A great team here in South Florida. Really wherever.
10,000?
10,000 nationwide. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we started back in 2015. Like Reba said, our headquarters are in Philadelphia. We love South Florida. We've been down here since the company started. And you know, if you think about last weekend, if you hosted a Super Bowl party and you spent hours and hours cooking and prepping and setting up, and then the party started, your guests arrive, and you're exhausted. And then at the end, you're cleaning up, you're doing dishes for hours when you could have hired us to send a bartender, general event help, and you can enjoy your own party.
And you
So
clean up.
we clean up, we set up, we can bartend, serve. We work with different festivals. We work with the PGA Tour. You know, there's just really nothing we can't do, but it's all event staff that we provide. And we've got a great website, which is www.partyhosthelper.com. And go to the website, and you can find us there and request staff, and we'd love to work with you.
Any size party?
Any size party, from 5 people to 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful for holidays.
It is holidays, summer parties, barbecues, really any celebration that you might have.
Not even a big venue. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And for the caterers out there, sometimes you have events that you didn't expect and maybe you don't have enough staff. You can call Party Host Helpers. So even if you're a caterer and you have your own staff and you need more staff, spur of the moment, you can call Party Host Helpers for that. But again, it's not just in people's homes. These are festivals. These are business events, cocktail hours, dinner parties, baby showers, bridal showers, weddings, anything you
What
might
else?
need a helper for.
Well, talking about that, sports tournaments and events, it's not clean up, it's not hosting. So what would you do?
Yeah, we could be cleanup, we could be set up. We do registration, ticket staff. There's no end to what we do. We work with many charities in the cities that we're at, partnering with them on their nonprofit galas, things like that.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
you hire someone, it gets done. I'm all in.
I know you're all
It's
in
a great
because
concept.
Enjoy your own party.
She's the one that runs around like a crazy person when
That's
we do
why
an
I
event
don't like
here.
having people over my house, because not that I cook, but when I order it in,
Yeah.
you still got to clean it up, you still got to set up, and by the
All
time
that work, you're exhausted.
you forget to put the one quiche in the oven, and next thing you know, you're running around doing that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you can enjoy the party.
Okay, I want to go.
The one quiche.
I want to go to your next party.
Um,
When you bring them in, I want to sit there with a camera and watch everybody's face.
Paso. You know why?
I guess Dawn is not doing it.
She'll have
No.
a smile on her face
Oh,
and
that'd
enjoying
be
her party.
I have
Hilarious.
to tell
It's
you,
gonna
my
happen.
people,
Yeah.
just like my people don't charge tax,
Yeah.
my people know exactly how to
Don't
enjoy.
charge tax or they don't pay tax.
Don't charge tax.
Okay.
Ask Wayne. My people don't charge tax.
Okay.
You know how to enjoy a party, you hire people so you can enjoy your party. And it used to always be you call your cleaning lady.
Sure.
But if you don't book your cleaning lady ahead of time for Passover or breakfast, they're going to somebody else's house.
Right.
Just a fact.
Really?
Am I right, Eilleen? I got to look for my Jewish friends. Am I right over there? Yes. If you don't hire your cleaning lady early enough, then she's going to somebody else's house, and everyone says, I'll help. Don't worry, I got it, until they don't. And you're sitting around. Barry
too?
knows. Barry catered one of my parties before.
You got to become Puerto Rican. Wash your dish, wash your cup, and put it away before you leave.
Oh, no, that doesn't
Oh,
happen.
absolutely.
That's how I met Barry. He was catering one of my parties.
You got to be kidding me.
Nope.
Was it him?
He was actually serving everything for me at my
Wow.
delicious deli. Honest
Sir
to goodness.
Lordship. Sir Lordship of Pancakes, how are you?
I mean, people in the funniest of places.
I can see that. Break fast and
I
Barry's
love
there. You
this,
know, let's
Eric.
go.
And this way, any size party.
Any size party.
Engagement parties, weddings, Passover, you name it.
I
Dinner
kinda like
parties.
it. I think I'm going to bring Puerto Rican tradition and stop making
All
people
over
wash
the
their
U.S.,
dishes.
not just
We're
in
in
South
every
Florida.
major market in the U.S.
You didn't even tell us that. Wow.
Look, I left that big tip.
You left that
Left that big tip
yeah.
out. And I do want to get a shout out to Renee Patron Reinhardt, who is the president and CEO of Party Host Helpers, and she's been my friend for 10, 11 years. We figured out because I'm from, as you know, outside of Philadelphia. Been here in Florida 5 years, but I have a lot of connections and friends there, and she's fantastic. She was just here, but she had to go home. She just had a baby 4 months ago, sweet little girl. So Eric was so kind to stay and join me today.
Well, Eric, welcome. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So much to do. We're going to be at Deck 84 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
With Gubba Rum. So if you're in the area and you want to pop
Absolutely.
by 4 to 6 for a free sampling of Gubba Rum.
Reba, you got to come. We're gonna unleash the
Oh.
cafe drink.
I cannot come tomorrow, but I'll be there next time.
All right, Eric, thank you so much.
Thank
What
you
is
for
the
having us.
website again?
It's partyhosthelper.com.
All right, we're going to take a
Now,
quick.
hold on. Don't be taking nothing. We got to move quickly. Do you know we have a magazine spread coming out in Boca?
Yes, we do.
And do you know that we're going to put a call to action?
Yes, we are.
What is it?
You're going to find our website and get merch?
Yeah, how'd you know that? If you find and you mention it on the air that you found it in Boca Magazine, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to the movies.
Nice.
Nice.
How you like
Very
that?
nice.
2 tickets to the movies. I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to buy tickets. I'm going to have them stacked up. If you win it, you're in it. Or if you're in it,
Awesome.
you win it.
Awesome.
So that's going to be the call to action for the Boca Mag.
It's coming out in the April edition.
That's right. We have some more stuff coming with Ms. Reba when we get her rolling that I want to do as well because I love this mag. I love the smell of a magazine.
Yes. Nothing like touching the print and
You remember when they had
looking
the
at it with
scratch
your-
and sniff and
So
you used to
nice
smell
on
the
the
perfume?
eyeballs.
It goes with National Battery Day.
Do you
Stop
know in
that.
high school what we used to do? We used to rub it, open it, and then put it on ourselves. Remember that? People used to do that, right? Wayne, you did that. Everybody did.
That's
Did
why
you
they
do
put it
that?
in there.
You didn't wipe the magazine all over you? Yes, you did.
My wife used to pull it off and put it on me.
And
Rub
put it on you.
smell it, and put it on you?
Yeah.
That sounds so wrong.
Oh, but your battery thing sounds so
It
right.
goes well with
Dawn.
National Battery Day. Other than
You
that,
are
I can't
feisty
tell
today.
You. This is glad it's an after-hours kind of show.
Listen, if you call into the radio station, you tell me your story and I laugh, I'll give you 2 tickets to the movie theater. Movies of Del Rey and also the movies of Lake Worth. How's that?
888-565-1470.
Well, I remember that.
We're going to take a commercial break on that note. When we come back, more with our After Hours at the Brooklyn Cafe show. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Jay Harmon exclusively in the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon captures the essence of really creative and captivating mind. Jay Harmon brings light into the darkness on majority of his pieces using a negative background to highlight the details of some of his looks. I know some artists use white canvases, but he thrives on a black canvas. And here's the kicker. He only uses pencil, colored pencil, graphite pencil, and pencil for his art pieces. Yes, I know it's hard to fathom that these beautiful pieces came from pencil, but yes, they did. And the only way you can experience Jay Harmon is if you come to the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon, an unconventional artist with a unique story behind every canvas.
Welcome to Movies of Del Rey, a family-run movie theater that has been serving the Del Rey and Boca community for over 30 years. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Movies of Del Rey offers great admission prices, low concession prices, and quality customer service. Movies of Del Rey provides the quality of the big box theaters without the price tag. Movies of Del Rey provides new Hollywood content as well as new indie and independent movies. It truly is a hidden gem. Whether you're hosting a private event, party, or fundraiser, or are looking for your next date night activity, Movies of Del Rey is the perfect choice. Come on down to Movies of Del Rey, located at 7421 West Atlantic Ave in Delray Beach, or visit us online at moviesofdelray.com.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You're so sunshiny there, Batman. You and your hot dog socks.
And welcome back. You know, we're on radio here. You don't have to talk about my socks.
They are very nice. Welcome
Ignore
back.
him.
To After
Ignore the
Hours
giant
at the
sloth.
Brooklyn- It's the moist sloth. That's all I
The
can
moist
tell you.
sloth. That's your new nickname. That's slick. You're the moist sloth.
The Brooklyn Cafe Show.
You have an extra sweat
He's
gland?
got an extra sweat gland.
All right, let's go over.
We've got J&M Productions joining us in the house. We've got Holly Faris joining us, impersonator of Wow, you name it,
And she
this
does
woman,
it.
and she impersonates the finest, from Liza to Joan Rivers, Bette Midler, Cher, Marilyn. Wow, and the list goes on and on. Phyllis Diller, I love that one. Katharine Hepburn, Joan Crawford, Dr. Ruth, Gracie Allen, and wow, that is when we met her, when we were doing the George Byrne and Gracie Allen piece. Remember?
Yes, I remember. You remember when I ran into Dr. Ruth and I knocked her down
That is when we met Holly.
at the iHeart Studios?
I
She came
didn't know
around
you
the
then, but
corner.
that's what you had told me.
She came around the corner. I came around the corner. I hit her. She went down like a sack of potatoes. She got up and started yelling at me in German or whatever language that was.
Puerto
She
Rican.
says, "You idiot! You did it." I says, "I didn't see you. I got to look down to see you." Chick is about this big.
Wow.
Just
On
tell
that
me.
note,
Let's go to
J&M Productions.
J&M Productions. Hey, how are you, Holly?
I'm good, thank you.
I think we had that transition we were going to play.
I don't know. Did they play it?
Breathing through my troubles, trying to be smart, living with another, passion in my heart, partners come and go, always with a twirl.
Providing music you will enjoy. JM Production performers will brighten up your stage. Condominiums and residential communities, nightclubs and restaurants that want to provide top quality singers and entertainers for their social events, banquets, celebrations, and their customers use JM Productions to ensure that they have an uplifting and beautiful event. Now, tune in for the show.
Dancing for my life.
Hey, Holly, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Let's talk about National Paper Cut Day. That's when I used to put that perfume on.
Oh, you
all over my
remember?
body.
Remember Paper Cut Day?
I remember. It was a bloody mess, that magazine.
Yes, it was. It was like, oh, it hurts so good.
I got to tell you, we haven't seen you, as they say, a minute since you were doing George and Gracie, which was a great piece.
Oh, it was so nice to be with George again. It was wonderful.
Do you have a favorite?
You know, I think Marilyn is always been my favorite because she transcends all nationalities and everybody knows her. And, you know, you're having a bad hair day, you're a little bloated, you put on the costume, and you just feel absolutely divine. Do you know what I'm talking about? I want to be loved by you alone. Oop, oopie doo. And then I do a little comedy when I do Marilyn. Like, I usually get a guy on stage and I say to him, you know, about before there was Arthur Miller, before there was Jolton Joe DiMaggio, before there was my first husband, before there was JFK and Robert and the butler and the chauffeur and JFK Sr. and the gardener, et cetera, there was fill in the blank. So, you know, we put a little joke there about Marilyn and her many loves.
Now, do you do these impersonations one per show, or did you do like, you have a whole stack here?
I do them all in, you know, on stage. I change on stage. I do everybody live.
Okay.
You know, right there. It's very
You have
fast-paced.
a one-woman show where you just incorporate everyone.
Yeah, and the older the crowd, the more older the impersonations. Like I have some that are called "Remember These," you know, and
Well,
that's
that's
where
what I
all
was
the
going to ask you about.
Yeah.
You've got Phyllis Diller, and I'm watching the clip that Jeffrey sent from J&M Productions, thinking it's like digging back into rerun. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, well, it's like these are the people I started doing when I was growing up, you know, watching Ed Sullivan. like people say, oh, you should be. I'm in Florida. I'm mainly working in the over 55s, and people are like, you should be doing more current people like Lady Gaga. I'm like, well, I kind of do Lady Zsa, so, you know. But Lady Gaga is in the works now that she's with Tony Bennett. You know, the people in the upper ages kind of know her now, so.
I think we should change the over 55 community. As I am quickly approaching it in a month, I'm thinking those communities should not be 55 communities anymore.
Right. I know.
Am
I know
right?
what you mean. Yeah. But you know what? The nice thing about being that age in Florida is like the one-eyed is king among the blind. You'll always be young. You know what I'm saying?
I think we should change
I'm not
that
talking to you because all of a sudden you want to have this conversation. The last 7 years that we've been doing the show,
When
you
over
never
55,
brought it up.
it's because I wasn't
you
55
made fun
then.
of me.
You
made fun of me.
know what Phyllis Diller says, that joke about, well, I knew her way back when we were both the same age, so, you know.
And so you've got Phyllis Diller, you've got Cher. I loved your Cher impersonation.
Oh, thanks, babe. I like to share the love, if you know what I mean. You know, some people don't know that Sonny actually wasn't in love with me. It's true. He was in love with Yoko Ono, but she didn't want to marry him because then she'd be Yoko Ono Bono.
True. Are you like
Do you
that here?
believe in lap liposuction?
I like to do a lot of, you know, like, I like to do parodies with Cher because, you know, I mean, the only people who take themselves seriously doing Cher are female impersonators because they look a hell of a lot better than me.
They look
so.
just like her, right?
Must be a trip on a date. I mean, who the hell are you?
You know,
sitting
this
in
is the funny part. They say to my husband, oh, man, you are so lucky you got to go home with all these women.
27 women.
Like, well, he's bald. When we go home, he wears the wig. So, but, you know, it's honestly, I am so tired from schlepping and driving and traveling that when I get home, he usually does get Phyllis Diller, Carol Channing, or Joan Rivers. So, you know.
Or The Exorcist.
Yeah, that's it. He gets all.
That's what it is.
When I called Holly and I said, you want to be on the show, and that was only 2 days ago, she said to me, do I have to go in costumes? And I said, no, you don't have to do that, you know. And
Cool.
Because I don't do that without a deposit and a contract, you know.
yeah, we don't work that way.
He'll give you the deposit and we'll give you the contract.
There
right?
you go.
No, you got to get both, Freddie.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give it to you.
Contract
You give it
and a
both.
deposit.
Yeah, Dawn knows what I'm talking about. I'm mashbucha. I know what you mean. You know, we need
just
the
had that
cash up
conversation
front.
this
You
morning,
know.
didn't we?
It's funny. It always seems to work in that direction. All
I
right?
told you, my people will call your people, and we all got to take care of.
I ain't got no people to call. So.
In between, we have a little mofongo, right?
Where my phone go? Well, whatever floats your boat, honey.
There you go.
You know, it would be cool to do a set where she comes in and she does the parts. You know, you talk about doing seminars or things back, you know, New World Order, where you're getting people back to see who you do, and what better way of doing it with comedy. Anytime you make Wayne laugh, it's a hit.
And you sing, also you do Liza, you sing?
Of course, darling. I have to sing when I do Liza. Everyone expects Liza to sing when she's not drinking, you know, darling. Life is a Cabernet, old chum.
I'm going to tell you, that's a trip.
You have a favorite on there?
Share.
Really?
Now, Bette Midler did the movie The Rose.
Yes.
That's my all-time favorite movie for a lot of
you
different
like
reasons.
Me in the Rose, did you?
Yeah, she
oh,
was great.
thank you so much, you know. I won the award for that, you know, and rightfully so. And then I won another award, you know, for Broadway when I did Hello, Dolly. And I want to thank each and every one of you who mortgaged your homes to get tickets to see me.
I always think he was like the War of the Roses kind of person.
Oh, right, yeah.
The War
There
of
you
the
go.
Roses.
Yeah.
Who's in that?
Michael Douglas and
yeah.
Kathleen
DeVito.
Turner. Kathleen Turner, yes.
No,
That's how
not
she
the War of
talks
the
now.
Roses. Why you have me
You
always
guys
with the
Also
war?
on the Kaminsky method. Very good.
You got to hear her as Joan, though.
Who?
Joan
Joan.
Rivers.
Joan Rivers?
Yeah.
Can we talk here? I am so happy to be in Florida. I'm telling you, I did a show, but I can't believe I went to Miami. I can't believe how old the people were. I'm looking down the front row. There's a guy sitting next to his widow, and that. Hello, is this on? Okay, and I mean old. I couldn't believe how old they were in Miami. And then we went a little north to Boca. Can we talk here? The people in Boca are the parents of the people who live in Miami. They don't applaud. A dribblers who are great at puddles, a standing ovation. Ooh.
What about Dr. Ruth?
Dr. Ruth, Billy,
Oh, God,
you know,
oh, God,
I
stop,
often
stop, stop.
take questions. I have to get on my knees when I do her. I actually met her in a bathroom at Eileen's in New York. She was fascinating. But anyway, I always get questions. Dear Dr. Ruth, what is the difference between sexy and kinky? Sexy is when you use a feather, and kinky is when you use the whole chicken.
Just like Dr. Ruth.
Just like, right?
She was I don't know. I didn't bump into her and make her go flying, you know, but I was actually in the bathroom discussing very intimate topics. Let's leave it at that. Because
In the
told
bathroom?
we're clean. Yeah. Where else do you talk about dirty things?
Is that why that's cute. Is that why women go in like groups to the bathroom?
Yeah, well, I don't know the groups you know, but the groups I know is usually so if you run out of toilet paper, somebody can pass it to you, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Do
a
men
thing.
do that?
Yeah, right. We pass paper to one another.
You don't like
sure.
going to the stall and
We
share?
yeah, right. How come you're at a dinner and one woman gets up and all the women get up? When they're sharing their toilet paper?
Yeah, well, they gotta talk, you know, about the whole situation. How was the meal? What do you think? Do you
Really?
like 'em? I don't know.
Is that what
Do
happened?
you like him, don't you? Can you believe he said that?
Right.
I know.
What?
Has he had work done? Botox? What do you think?
Botox.
This chick is hilarious.
That's a new segment for
Holly
you.
is
And
funny.
you know what? I don't wake up until 1 o'clock, so you're getting the half asleep version of me. So.
He told me that. He says, "Can you put the show off till 4?" I said, "No."
Exactly.
Holly, when's your next gig?
My next gig is on the 26th of February. I'm opening up at the Emerson Center in Vero Beach for Mr. Tony Stands and the Rat Pack. As Joan.
As
Yes.
Joan.
Very cool.
And is that through J&M Productions?
Not this one.
Okay.
Yes,
But
it's
Saturdays
Saturday.
is,
Oh,
right, Jeffrey?
And Alex even is going to be there.
Jeffrey, how are you working with Holly?
It's an experience. I will tell you that. I've known the name forever since, you know.
I'm not
Jam-
that old.
Well, not that old, but you know, I've heard of Holly through the circuit, and we really never met until Peter was here, Salzer, doing George Burns, and we wanted to do Gracie, and we got Holly to do it, and we finally met, and then about a week ago you called me, and she needs some work, so that's what I'm here for, to get her
Brother,
gigs.
can you spare a dime?
Yeah. So
blatant,
so
right?
we're in the process of getting her up on the website.
Great.
What I sent you is just some of what I've got, and I sent you a lot of
You
stuff.
sound like an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Just some
Well,
of what?
she's-
We
She's
had a
got
lot.
quite a career. I mean, when I read her bio and her resume, and I saw that she worked with Frank Gorshin, which
I was his opening act for 5 years.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Frank Gorshin. So, you know, that's big time. So she's got to be good. And I said, you know, and so there's a lot of impersonators out here, but she's one of the best around. And we're going to be doing the regular venue gigs, but we're also going in other directions as well.
Well,
Open
she
up
has
some new avenues.
Well, she has the voices, and then she has the personality. She's funny as all can be.
Oh yeah, she's very funny.
It's really cool. It's,
Very
Who else we got
funny.
on here?
it's all those names are in
You
there.
should see me when I'm off my meds.
I can only imagine.
Listen, when she told me that she did Jaja, right? And I told her my dad was a dentist, and one of her patients in New York was the Gabor sisters. Okay, seriously.
Hello, darling.
Jaja Gabor.
I say we're like Green Acres here all the time.
It's Jaja
Oh my
Gabor.
God. Would you like to have some
I sing that.
pancakes?
I sing that song every time I see Green Acres. Green
Totally.
Acres.
I'm telling you, I feel like Freddie and I are totally Green Acres. Like, darling, please do not take me out of Manhattan to the farm.
You are my wife. Goodbye.
Goodbye, City
Goodbye,
Life.
City
And
Life.
here we are.
Right.
Wow, you guys are really freaking
know,
me
it's-
out.
And we haven't even had a conversation.
I barely saw the Green Acres, very little. I didn't like it.
Farm life?
No, I
Because
like
you're
it.
like this farm living Puerto Rico?
No, it didn't make any sense to me.
Really?
Yeah. Guy was picking eggs. I was doing that every day in my life, and this guy's picking eggs and making a big deal about
And
it.
she's got her fur and her feathers with her. And
You
it's
were
all
the
good.
original Mr. Haney, right?
She is hilarious.
She is good.
Holly,
Ralph the
what is the
plumber.
best way for people to find you and to book you?
Through JM Productions.
Call Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, what's your website?
jmproductions.biz.
look,
And
it's
Holly
there,
will
Jeffrey.
be up within the next few days. And for booking and information on Holly, she does, as we said, a one-woman show that's 90 minutes.
Or 2 hours.
Or 2 hours. And
show, wow.
amazing. When she's in costume, unbelievable.
Fantastic.
She'll be a nice venue. You have dinner or something, you know, a nice venue where you can have those things added on because she's a trip. And what do? You do a set and then you come off set, something else happens, and then you come back on set?
No, I go straight through unless it's a 2-hour show. You know, you've got people in that older, they need a little break.
I know, I hear you.
Yeah, she'll take
She does.
a
When
short
she
break.
changes, she does everything
I
on
mean,
set.
She's a quick change artist when she's going into costume. So
Yeah.
Really?
it's
Oh,
very
that's-
fast.
that's
very
just-
fast.
Wow, that's just to watch. That would
She
be.
left you speechless.
Yeah.
People are like, where do you get all that energy? I'm like, I'm a slug the rest of the day.
when-
I'll sleep until 1.
Yeah, right.
You must be exhausted by the end of 2
when
hours.
she
until
when she
what?
went to the Wick Theater, to the costume shop, and you tried on a bunch of costumes.
I tried on Joan's original costumes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great.
If you've never been to the Wick
and-
Theater's costume shop,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
And she actually gave me this ring off of her finger when I did Celebrity Apprentice with her.
Wow.
Of course, it was more like this. Here. You know.
It's all over.
Amazing.
But I feel like I've worn her costumes. I wear her ring. That's my talisman. I wear it all the time on stage, so I feel like I've got her DNA around me, you know. And so I'm, you know, I've always have that constant bitchiness. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah, that's okay.
I just said it.
And she's
Around
out. Holly Faris, thank you so much. Part
Thank
of
you, guys.
JM Productions. If you
So
have
much
an
fun.
event, a show, a venue, and you'd like to book Holly, contact Jeffrey Weinstein at jmproductions.biz. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, more with After Hours at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Ready to play some music? Offset? Yeah, he's thinking about it. We got Dr. Hillary. She did a great commercial segment this morning. We had a lot going on here today.
We do, but
Eilleen,
we gotta make this
Wayne,
quick
Barry.
because I need this segments for the radio.
Got 7 more minutes. All right, stay tuned.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Welcome to Mini Donut World, where the donuts are hot, fresh, and delicious, made to order and customizable by you. Gourmet specialty flavors such as apple pie, French toast, campfire, and strawberry cheesecake are always popular. Looking to tailor your appetite? Build your own mini donut. Choose from over 18 flavored donut bases, add on your icing flavor, and choose from over 15 toppings and drizzles. While kids enjoy our design your own kits to take home, our 21 and over customers love our alcohol-infused donuts. Come visit Mini Donut World at 8763 Sterling Road in Cooper City. Have questions or want to place an order? Give us a call at 954-369-2301. We know you will love each bite of our deliciously distinctive mini donuts.
2020 has been a year like no other. 2020 The Game is an exhilarating board game where players struggle to collect 270 electoral votes and win the White House. All while navigating through the challenges of a global pandemic, an international toilet paper shortage, the invasion of murder hornets, state of emergency lockdowns, and civil unrest, just to name a few. Roll the dice and see what fate awaits you. Purchase yours today. Available at 2020-thegame.com, Palm Beach outlets, Amazon, and Walmart.com.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. I am so glad today we got an early start. Where are we headed anyway?
Who knows?
wherever this glorious day takes us. And we'll take Don Pablo along too. Rich and flavorful with low acidity and notes of caramel. No matter where you're going or where you end up, Don Pablo never disappoints.
Excuse me, is that Don Pablo coffee?
Sure is.
Do you have any more?
Sure do. Then hop in.
No matter where life takes you, Don Pablo Coffee is always there to pick you up.
Welcome to Sunshine Senior Solutions, a medical supply company that puts patients first. Sunshine Senior Solutions offers durable medical equipment and services to help simplify the lives of patients, caregivers, and their families. Visit our website at sunshineseniorsolutions.com. Sunshine Senior Solutions, bringing the heart back to healthcare.
Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
We're back to After Hours in the Brooklyn Cafe
I don't like that,
Show.
bro.
Give us a call for any questions at the radio station, 888-565-1470. Say hi to our Friday evening board
You have
up.
a microphone?
We've got Dr. Hillary Taylor joining us of Dr. THC, Dr. Hillary Taylor's Holistic Community. She was in earlier today at the cafe set doing a voiceover for her commercial. I gotta tell you, she's looking camera ready and pretty spectacular.
She getting better at it?
Better and better, yep.
I remember the first time she was like,
No, it's only been a couple weeks and she knocked it out of the park. So Anna and Sabrina are working on that commercial. She did a fantastic. Truth, you saw it, right? It just took a couple takes and a little bit of getting comfortable
Dr.
to see
Hillary in the house.
to see what we see.
They
and
don't
it's
teach you how to do any of this in doctor school.
Don't they?
No, they should. PR, marketing, business.
But it's all about the go and grow. I mean, that's the new
It's all
world
about the
order.
go and
You told them they're on this?
The new world order is all about you doing your thing. And then doing it the way you do, which is completely different from anybody else in this business that I know.
Thank you.
But it was great. She did the spot, and I truly believe that when you have a client who is looking for help, they need to see it in your eyes. We talk about that all the time. It's your eyes, it's your hands. It's the truthfulness of who you are, and you nailed it today. So I'm looking forward to seeing that spot.
I want to get an airline ticket and send you over to China for all our athletes in the Olympics, which right now are in massive meltdown all across the board. They all can use some guidance and stuff with what's going on over there. It's ridiculous.
Our United States Olympians, some of them had a really difficult time.
Difficult time because circumstances were tough, conditions were tough, and those that were expected to perform well did not, falling all over the place. There's a lot of bad stuff
Except
going on.
Eileen Gu, or she, I still think she's a U.S. She didn't represent the U.S., but she moved from California. She withheld her Stanford application. She held out to go represent China. But wow, 2 golds and a silver.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the ones that didn't quite cut the mustard.
But there
Like the
are
chick
there are
from
those that
Russia.
did, though.
The chick from Russia, they dropped her from first to third because of doping accusations, and then they already had cleared her. My God, did you see that poor child? 15 years. She's a wreck.
It's really hard. It's a lot of pressure. So let's talk to Dr. Hillary about Dr. Taylor's holistic community and who you help and what clients and patients you really is your target market.
Good question. Well, I just want to say about the Olympians, I think that it would be responsible of whoever's in charge to have somebody on staff so that those Olympians that are having problems do find somebody to reach out to. And that sort of ties into who I work with and why I do what I do. I want to work with people who want to change. That is my target population. So there is a lot to be said about psychotherapy and different models of psychotherapy where the therapist really takes a back seat and listens, and a lot of people need to be heard, and I respect that. And I did that for a really long time, and that is not what I do today. So now I became a certified life coach prior to COVID, and I work more towards getting you moving and supporting you and getting your goals met and living the life that you deserve.
It's funny because coaches are trained to make their athletes win. A coach tells you you got to win, and he or she pushes you to win at all costs. And it isn't really what they are good at in talking their athletes off a cliff and things of that nature, or they're just not built that way. So I think that I applaud what you're saying. There should be somebody on staff that isn't so close to the flame. And sometimes you can see that somebody needs help, even though everybody else, come on, you're gonna get the goal, and they don't realize that, you know, she's acting or he's acting the way they are. But you can actually see it. If you look close enough, you'll see it. So I think you're right. I think that we should have more of that reach out.
And it's really interesting. In the past couple of days, I have referred more people to one of our clients from your CBD store because people are really looking for an alternative, whether they've got heart disease and they're on medications and they're complications of bypass surgery or neuropathy in their feet. Angel actually needed it for a client of hers. More and more and more people are embracing this adjunct holistic therapy of CBD, even if it's just a topical and you're not taking an oral tincture, but the benefits of it. And you help, I don't want to say manage or prescribe because you don't. You help patients manage the dosing and how to appropriately use different products.
Yes, so cannabis health is a big part of my holistic community, and I promote and educate and support people through their journey. So there's a lot of questions. If you are a medical patient or you're not even sure what that means, there's a lot of unanswered questions out there. So I'm here to kind of bridge that gap. Instead of relying on Google, I do have certifications as a cannabis consultant, as well as have a plethora of colleagues that I can always ask for help if I don't know the answers. So I help people step into that space if they want to or get comfortable with it. And again, like you said, Dawn, it's about looking for alternatives to our health and acknowledging that the endocannabinoid system is a really important part of our health that hasn't really been talked about in the past. So I'm here to sort of educate and promote and support that.
Big problems occurring right now in Major League Baseball. Okay, I know the story. I follow it because the guy that now they've given him the liberty of spilling the beans, and he's not going to jail. I leave Matt Harvey's name off the radar. You know, they're taking opioids and they're crushing them and putting stuff in it and putting it in their nose. And Major League Baseball has a problem. And drugs are a problem. It's a problem across every situation in the world. And it's become now the guy from the Angels lost his life.
I was talking to someone the other day and I thought of you. They do ketamine, this is under medical supervision, ketamine nasal spray to help with anxiety, PTSD, depression. And it's a full-fledged medical facility and they've got therapists. And all I could do was think of you, and I said I would love to introduce you because ketamine is a big deal. You're talking about opioids, ketamine in a nasal spray.
Yeah, there is a lot of research coming out right now about the use of psilocybin, which are the mushrooms, the psychedelic mushrooms, as well as ketamine for different types of mental illnesses. I always like to preface what I say with I stay in my lane, which is I promote and educate about the cannabis plant. However, I have many colleagues that are passionate about the ketamine treatment as well as the psilocybin treatment. And like you said, again, it is done under very close supervision. Because I have worked in the drug and alcohol treatment facilities, I have seen what overuse and abuse of ketamine can do. So I'm more hesitant. I'm on the hesitant side right now. I don't know enough about it. And that's what I promote in my community as well, is that as adults, we are lifelong learners. And I want to learn more. It doesn't mean I have to do it myself. It doesn't mean I have to agree with it, but I would love to learn more.
Alternative. You give it a shot, you know, instead of going down that pathway. Athletes, a lot of pressure to succeed. And, you know, it's come to a point where it's a problem. You know, my idol used to be Doc Gooden, the doctor who lives here in Florida. And I grew up as a kid watching this guy pitch, and I loved him until I found out that he started putting stuff in his nose, and I burned my shirt, and I'm done with it.
There's so many alternatives. It's self-love. It's having that morning magic cup of coffee, your crystals. I know it was just a full moon, and people called and told me they did their full moon clearing and their meditation and a lot of things that people do to self-love, to show how their lives are important and take that space. But contact Dr. Hillary, drthc.net for more information. We're going to close out this radio hour on After Hours. For more information, you can always contact us at 866-224-5422. More to come. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
About empty, and Gub is not here.
Where is Mr. Gubb?
Apparently he is making t-shirts someplace. So please come tomorrow between 4 and 6 to Deck 84, because Steve Gubb is personally making 30 t-shirts to give away that say Gubba Rum. And I think he's having some hats made also.
I have no clue.
But I love the way you direct people. Steve needs that phone number. Steve needs that. Can you do that? Can you do that?
That's not true. That's not what happened.
It's all good.
Steve is the type of guy that he walks into a room and he stands there. So I go, what do you need? He says, oh, I need to call this person for the shirts. Okay. So I'm waiting. So I go, Dawn, give him the number. And I'm waiting. He's still standing there, right in the middle of the floor. Dawn, he does what Jeffrey does. He stands there until you know what you want. Stays there. Dawn, can you give this guy the number, because I got to get him out of the way.
I said to my girl, Steve, you have that napkin? He says, yes. The napkin from yesterday, yes. You have the number.
The number was on there.
You're right. I have the number. So we're all good. Ready to rock and roll and keep moving forward?
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
He's
all I
like
gotta
a
tell you.
walking cartoon character for Saturday morning. Steve Gubb.
But Dr. Hillary, I hope you can join us tomorrow. She was here this morning. She left. She's back. Maybe you'll join us tomorrow to meet some people. See what you got going. I want you to meet everyone here. Meet and greet. Meet Miss Holly Faris over there. I think you know Jeffrey. Eilleen, it all starts with you. We had a surprise for you this morning. Cole, we have a camera on Eilleen?
Let's go to 3.
You had a great show today, and we sent you a little treat that Bailey put together. We thought it would hopefully put a smile on your face.
My goodness, I was blown away. I'm
You like
so
that?
excited. Yes, I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait to get it and wear it. I'm going to wear it.
You're going to have to wear it. You have to get one for your daughter, your
Oh,
son,
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, everyone. I sent it to my husband. He was like, oh, that's so cool. So I think a lot of people are going to really want to get a T-shirt.
It is fantastic, and I'm so glad that you had your guest today because I did not know the difference, and you're going to have to reiterate it to everybody else, between a doula and a midwife. For me, there's two ways of having children. You go to the hospital the traditional way, non-traditional, and for my people, means you don't have an epidural, right? That's like the natural way. But then there's a whole nother way of doing this at home, and a doula and a midwife are different. And I think your son or your daughter-in-law had mentioned a doula or a midwife at some time. I don't know.
Well, having a doula doesn't necessarily mean having an at-home birth. A doula is really just like a coach for the pregnant woman through pregnancy, through delivery, and postpartum, and also breastfeeding, right?
So you mean, so when your husband's watching the football game and you're saying, just get out, there's actually someone that can sit with you and coach you and be with you?
That's right.
Wow.
So you can
If I knew
scream at
then-
somebody else. Is that the way this works? You can
That's
say
correct.
the exorcist words. You can chime in anytime you want, Holly. You can say these words.
Did you have that problem?
Oh my God, it was like a foreign language I'm being cursed at. You did this to me! I'm like, what the hell did I do? You did this, the exorcism. I'm like, wow.
Chelsea was born in May, 23 hours of labor to have a C-section. He was watching the Dolphins draft pick on TV because I was in labor for a very long time, and I think I screamed him up and down every name and said, why did no one come to visit me? The next day, he gave me a list of all the people that had been there during those 23 hours. Wow. Yeah,
Well,
she goes, wow. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's called labor land.
I don't,
where
it's not
you
a
just
land I
don't
want to
pay
go back
attention
to.
to anything else.
The only good thing about menopause is I do not have to, Holly, go back to labor land. That's all I can tell you.
Reba says about having a kid, you have to scream. You must scream when you're having a kid. When I was having my Melissa, get this thing out of me! And that was just during conception.
The only good thing about being 55 is no more labor land.
Yeah,
You need
exactly.
you know what you need? You need Holly when you're giving birth. You need a comedian.
Holly, you want to
Can
be
you
a
imagine
doula?
that?
If you're going to give birth again, you're going to be on the front page of the Inquiry. You won't need this.
Amen. You'll have a whole new studio by
No,
then.
but I'm saying just in general, you bring her in when you're giving birth, my goodness gracious, you'll fly through this thing because you'll be laughing
just
all
have a
right.
Jewish delivery. The first sign of pain they knock you out, you wake up, the hairdresser's there. Fabulous.
See?
As a matter of fact, I remember getting my hair and my nails done before that 23-hour trek.
Am I right? Am I right?
You are something else. She is something else. Now, is this,
Tell
wait. Is this where you have a pool and the woman goes in the pool in your house and you give birth that way?
No.
It can be.
Oh,
There
can
are
be, okay.
many options. It's
Now,
not just hospital. There's birth centers. There's
Yes.
out-of-hospital births.
I went to one of those.
Did
I
you?
had a neighbor, it was my wife's friend, and she invited everybody to this thing. I mean, everybody.
The more the merrier.
It
Hop
was
in the
like standing
pool.
room only. So I
Right,
said
hop
to the
in the
lady,
pool.
can we get a sandwich or something to eat or something while we wait for this thing? And she goes in and it got all red and the child comes out of, it was like a swimmer comes out of the water. I was like, this is
I mean, they are in water before they're born the whole time. So it's only weird to us when they come out in water.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you would think naturally that is the natural way for the baby to be born into its natural environment, right? But
yeah,
it just the whole
Did
pool
you do
thing.
that, the whole pool thing?
Me?
I would have thrown you in
23
the,
hours of labor and epidural, absolutely
I
not.
would have thrown you in the regular
And then
pool.
a C-section, absolutely
Oh
not.
my goodness, poor.
Oh, you had a
oh,
C-section
poor
too?
baby.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
After you labored all that time,
Yes,
you
my
had
daughter.
to end up.
My daughter decided, I think I'm going to stay here for a while. I'm like, oh no, you're done. We're done with that little game. That was
Seems
30
like a
years
bad
ago.
thing, but it's actually really good for the baby to do it that way.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It helps them breathe better afterwards. The hormones of labor are actually very good for preparing the baby to transition into being outside.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The hormones are
It's,
better.
it's actually good for mom to go through that hormonal phase too. Makes it easier afterwards as well.
Well, you were talking about the hormonal phase, and I went in there. The only people that can hear your show are those that have the headphones on, and me, because I'm listening from out here. They can't hear it in there. And I walked in, and I said, I'm in that hormonal phase all the time. And they looked at me as if I was crazy, because they didn't hear the whole show, and you were in another room.
No, I know you're crazy from many rooms.
So a doula is like a birthing coach.
That's correct. Yeah,
And
it's
you can help
physical, physical, informational, and emotional support for the pregnant, birthing, and new mom. And there's a lot of different facets to it overall. And yes, some people deliver in a hospital with a midwife or an OB. Hospital midwives are often very different than home birth midwives or birth center midwives. The options are endless. There's so many different ways, and there's no right or wrong way. It really depends on the person and what it is that they're wanting to experience, and that's different for everybody. I've attended planned C-sections. You know, it's not even just about labor. It's really more about helping a mom figure out where it is that wherever she is, meeting her where she's at, and helping her figure out where she wants to go, and giving her the skills and the communication and empower her to make those choices.
It's all
Right, so
about
I have to ask
empowerment.
the question that I would venture to say through the generations, it has changed. Because when I had my kids in my 20s, I had no idea what I wanted. I had no clue. I didn't know how to parent. The thought of labor and a C-section, and then my son was the reverse. He was supposed to be a C-section, and then he was a labor during a hurricane. You don't know what you want. But I think now women are having children later in life, and maybe know more of what they want, and how they don't.
They still don't.
Oh.
No. No,
Really?
because well, if you've never done something before, how do you know what you want? So even women who hire me that are 40, still are like, I got nothing. I have no idea what I want. Because if you don't know what your options are, how do you know what you want? So really working through that and helping moms know what questions to ask, even to ask themselves, not even to ask other people, but what do you want specifically? I mean, even through I do virtual stuff as well. And people ask me from all over the country, people, will ask me, how do I do this? How do I parent? Like, my kid is having a tantrum. I don't know how to deal with this. So how do I deal with this? How do I move through it? How do I find out what kind of mom I want to be? We know what we were raised with, and those are the parenting skills that we have. But a lot of people know that also was not necessarily good. So they want to do something different. But how do you know what questions to ask? You just know what you've been taught. So people, I think the shift that you're seeing is not that people know what they want, but they know that there has to be a different way, and they're more than willing to ask questions now than
Dr.
they
Hill
used
is
to be.
shaking her head yes.
Well,
You think so? You think that, there's, if you were to have a baby now,
Yeah. If
you're
you were
not
to
in
have
your
a baby-
20s. Barry, can you pass her a mic, please? But you're not in your 20s, so probably what you're thinking would be different now.
20 years ago, I think the information that was out there was different, especially because of the internet. And I think that the point that you were making is we don't know what questions to even ask. And that's even like a life coach question. We don't know how to live other than what's been mirrored for us. And that might not have been the best way to live. And so asking yourself, becoming self-aware, and asking yourself even something as the birthing process, what's in my control, what can I control, because there's so much that we can't control. So going into it, having the support system, having somebody to cheer you on, having somebody to ask those questions too when they do arise is just so important.
So I
Just
have to
have
ask-
Holly.
But,
Holly-
but for men, as the
For men.
spouse, as a partner, would
Listen.
you want someone to help you go through all
I
of
would have
this?
asked for Jesus himself to come down. And then there's that
Do you feel like
placenta
you're
thing that comes out. Nobody told me about that.
Do you feel like it's your
I ran
your
out the
role is being
hospital.
taken away from you?
I said, there's something coming out of my wife here. What the hell is that? Nobody told me about that.
You forget it.
Listen, I took Lamar's class because she wanted to. And you don't fight with a pregnant woman. Good luck with that.
That's a good
and
choice.
I snapped the head off the baby. I was mortified. Never wanting to have children. They said to bend the kid this way. Boop! And the head came off, and everybody looked at me like I was a mass murderer. Are you kidding me?
You remember that time we were on that shoot and the mannequin and it fell apart?
Yeah, and
That
I
was
was
like-
left holding the part.
You
right?
were left holding that. Yeah.
Men in these situations, we're crazy. We don't know what the hell to do.
Would you
We-
have wanted someone to help Michelle at the time?
I would have brought it. I asked her mother. It was funny.
I think Chuck
It
would have
was
paid
her,
someone, yeah.
her mother and I. And I said, you go, because I was with Michelle for 22 hours with Freddie. And I'm like exhausted. So the doctor said, okay, C-section, let's go. So I looked at her and says, goodbye. She says, oh no, this is your headache. See ya. And
So
she
you did
left
the same
hospital.
thing I did.
What?
22 hours into the C-section.
Yes. No, I didn't. I didn't know what to do with myself. And then you know how they say breathe and watch a dot on the wall. There was no dot. I took a hammer. I made a hole.
Yeah, what is that? Breathe.
I know, that was
Right?
so
That's what they tell you.
Concentrate.
Lamaze doesn't even teach that anymore.
I left the
Because they
hammer
found
in.
out it's not as effective as you would think it would be.
Yeah, it's not effective.
My God, she spoke in languages. And then after
Spoken
it's
tongues.
over, I love women. After
do it
it's
again.
over, I says, you never have to do this again. Please, God, tell her, say, okay. No, we have to have more.
We call it the forgotten hormone.
Wow.
It's that forgotten and it kicks right back in again.
Hearing about it is great birth control.
You have great stories, Freddie.
I'm going to tell you something. I can tell you stories. Now, Gia was born in this hospital that was like a hotel. They had people take my car. They brought me something. They had a father's room. So the baby's taken to this room that has all these lights. None of the stuff they gave me to wear fit me. I sort of ripped it like the Incredible Hulk. But here I am holding my son, and everything was really cool. With Freddie, it was a massive chaos, man. They took him away. I didn't see him until the next day. That's how he got my name. I didn't give him my name. They gave him my name. What's wrong with people?
But a coach is so great. Now, were you saying, Eilleen, you had a doula?
No, I didn't have a doula. It was, no, I
You were
wish I
talking about-
did. I wish I did.
How many kids did you have?
I had 3 children. All 3 quote unquote natural births. But boy, would it have been really, really helpful had I had a doula to hold me, to help me, to answer any questions, because it's so scary. It's really scary. I mean, we forget, we think that pregnancy and delivering a baby is the most natural thing, but it's like an operation. It's a procedure.
At some point you say, I'm just not going to push anymore. And they go, oh, yes, you are, because you have to. Oh, no, I'm done. I'm just like Friends in the TV show. I'm not doing this anymore, but you have to. I'm like, oh, no. I think you should advertise in all the temple directories.
Say it again.
You should advertise in all the synagogue directories in South Florida, because I think the misnomer, and I'm being honest, is that it's woo-woo. It's holistic. It's all natural. And if I go to a hospital like you talked about, I can't have a doula because I want my regular doctor and I want an epidural and I want all the things I want. A doula would not be for me, and that's totally a misconception.
It is. And actually, in my opinion, women who get epidurals or who have C-sections, even if they're planning it ahead of time, actually need us more than the women who believe that they can do it on their own. Because there's so many things can actually go wrong. As soon as you start getting into that cascade of intervention where, you get the epidural, and the epidural means you have to get a catheter, and a catheter means you have to have heart monitors, and that means everything's going to slow down, so then you're likely going to have more medication to speed things back up again, which increases the risk for the baby, and it increases the risk for the mom. So all these different things happen, and so much of that, and that cascade of intervention, is why we have the traumatic birth rate that we do.
And nobody knows this, though.
That's
so
right.
That's right.
Nobody knows
That's
this.
right.
Today was the first time I've heard the term doula.
Oh, you see that?
I had no clue what it was.
Well, many, many, many years ago,
Really?
we had
I
community.
know about the other stuff, but doula, I never heard the term.
Stuff.
Well, but we had the community, right? So we had
I'm ancient.
our
What can
mom
I
would
tell you?
come and help
Wait, he
her
knows the other
sister.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sheltered life.
It's funny. I remember they put a heart monitor in Michelle to hear the baby's heartbeat and all that, and that bad boy snapped.
The heart monitor?
Yep, the cable snapped out of her, hit the nurse in the face, and she started bleeding like this. I don't know if it was Michelle or the nurse. Never saw
You don't
the
know if
nurse
Michelle
again.
was bleeding or the nurse
Not
was bleeding?
the nurse. It hit the
Bleeding?
nurse in the face. This monitor thing.
How do you have stories everywhere you go?
Because I was ducking. I was saying, my God, there were things coming out of her. I'm going to tell you something. I was mortified. I told Michelle, you're never getting pregnant again. And when we had Gio, it was a whole different. That epidural thing, no Freddie, yes Gio, big difference.
Huge.
But you see what happens to kids. You see the difference between Freddie and Gio?
That has
I'm
nothing
sorry.
to do with the epidural.
Oh, it has something to do with something.
No, it's
Oh,
just
yes,
genetics.
it does. Not genetics.
Why, Gio had the epidural.
Yep.
And?
Well, look at him.
Yeah.
He's all over he's like you. He's like all over the place.
He's a freaking genius is what he is.
That doesn't mean that he's not all over the place.
What's the best way for people to contact you?
Through my website, www.babyhelp411.com.
Amazing.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
Too. Love that number.
Eileen, great job. What else do you have coming up on It All Starts With You?
Oh, we have so many unbelievable shows coming up that are going to really, really help women in a lot of different ways. I mean, and ultimately, you know, like I said at the beginning of my show, this is community. This is what I'm all about, and this is what I have visualized, and this is what we want. We want to create a platform to educate, to inspire, to encourage, and to just be a community for one another.
No, I have to tell you, today's show was great. I had no idea what a doula was. I had heard of a doula, but I had really had no idea. So
We've got to
thank you for
support
sharing.
this kind of work, and we've got to support her. She's raising scholarships to educate doulas in the minority community. So let's get some money coming in for her.
Yeah, before we go to commercial break, you had a statistic that was staggering that black babies,
Black women and babies.
Black women and babies have
in the
more
United
of an
States.
increased.
They have an increased risk by 3 to 4 times of dying in labor and birth or the first year of life than white women. And that has nothing to do with social status or anything. So if you take someone like Michelle Obama, who has the best, she's got a great education, she's got the access to the best medical care, she's never going to have to worry about money. She has a higher chance of losing a baby or dying herself in birth or the first year than a woman who makes no money, who has no education, who
is white. Caucasian. Wow.
Yeah.
Ruth, thank you so much for joining us.
You're
More
welcome.
to come. Eileen, that is why what you do in your show, It All Starts With You, is so important, because you find topics and you find guests that most people wouldn't even think of finding. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you so
We're
much.
not going to take a commercial. We're going to pop Wayne's piece in. So get Wayne's off. We're going to go straight to Wayne because Wayne has a crunch time.
Oh, okay.
So I got to get him out of here. So let's.
The dignity transition, and we're going to talk about what I got to do on Wednesday with Wayne and Brittany, which was quite interesting. We can talk about that on air once they pop that over.
So just pop it over when you have it.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Dignity Memorial Southeast Florida. Whether you're planning ahead or need immediate service, do it with Dignity. Dignity Memorial, every detail remembered.
Today is Friday of Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida, and I guess Wayne is on a time crunch. I'm sorry, I did not realize. Wednesday, I got to meet with Wayne and Brittany, and I did thank Brittany. I reached out because she came down to help me redefine my contract. Eileen, I redid my contract. Holly, I redid my contract because I had to be more of than what I had for my plot, my burial
You
plot.
gotta watch out for the contract.
Now I've got 6. I said to Wayne, before you go on vacation, I need to go through my 6 folders. And you haven't even brought me the 7th yet of what I actually have and because I bought everything and then I change it like every good Jewish woman does. We buy and then we upgrade. And I've even done that with Wayne 3 times. You laugh. I will follow the contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sad, but so true, Freddie.
But we say you've got lifetime flexibility.
And I
so
have
we
taken advantage
can always
of it.
change it up. It's never too late.
But I really want to thank you because Brittany made it very easy and you made it very easy. And I sat and I purchased my new plots in the Garden of Sarah up at Star of David in West Palm Beach. And we talked all the time. Eileen, now I know you and Neil put your plans in place. I know Amy and Ron put their plans in place. We talked to Justin yesterday that the women tend to be more proactive, and then we either make the plans for the men or they come along kind of in their own right. Chuck did not.
Yep.
So Wayne sat there as I'm upgrading my Sarah's Garden estate, And he says to me, I think you should take care of Chuck's cremation. And I looked at you and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I really felt like, Wayne, I don't want to do this right now. And it wasn't even the money. It was just something I felt he should really take care of. As a man and as his own life, I thought he should handle his own situation. And Wayne said to me, you either take care of it now or you're going to take care of it when he passes away. Either way, you're going to have to take care of it. So I did. And I went home, and as every Jewish wife knows, it's all about the timing. And you tell me what kind of timing you actually tell someone, I just bought your cremation plan. So I don't cook, so it's not like over dinner, over a glass of wine. It was Tuesday night. We got home very late from Jordana, right? Or Wednesday night. I got home and I said, I just want you to know I met with Wayne and I wrote him a check and I bought your cremation plan. And he looked at me. And I said, this is what Wayne said. I either do it now or I do it when you pass. And I'd much prefer to do it now and save some money than when you pass. Honest
She
to
did
God.
that while he was putting the steak in his mouth.
As
and
a
he
matter
took
of
the
fact,
knife and went, really?
As
It's
a
like-
matter of fact, he had his hand in a bag of chips. And as he's standing at the counter, he looked up and he said, thank you. And I was like, I texted you. And I
I
was like,
told you. I said it to you.
wow.
It's not, sometimes we just can't.
What is wrong with men?
We can't visualize that it's there. I mean, Wayne and I spoke about this.
all the time.
What is that?
How long is this show?
Holly, thank you.
Wayne will explain it. Wayne, explain it.
Well, you've said it. You said it already. So
You're not married. You're off the hook. You're still
I
good.
mean, and I've met a lot of wives that they do their husbands' arrangements for them because the husbands won't do it. So or they're just like whatever. You
It was
know,
a little
just,
uncomfortable, I
you
have
know.
to tell you, Hillary. It was a little uncomfortable.
And I get a lot of people who are planning for their parents because their parents haven't done it. So we get a lot of people who haven't done their pre-arrangements. You said it. Everyone should do their own. Ideally, they should do their own. They should
do
decide
your own,
what they want
yeah.
themselves. Get it done. But a lot of people don't. And if you know if it's going to be your responsibility, if you're married and you're the wife, statistically speaking, the husband passes away before the wife. It's not always the case, obviously, but statistically speaking, that is what's going to happen. So that's why I said it to you. And we always have, you've got 30 days to cancel any reason or no reason at
So
all.
I said,
so
am I
if Chuck really
canceling
didn't want
this?
it, then we could have canceled it for
I
him.
go, we
but-
canceling? He says no. And then he says to me, did you plan my funeral too?
Do you know what I'm wearing?
Honest to God. And I said, no, don't you? You should take some responsibility for your own funeral.
But it's funny because I told her as soon as you do it, it's like this relief. Now he's going to talk more about it. You got to go see Doc. She'll hook you all
I
up
go,
and
you
tell
should
you
really
what's
plan
going
your. He says, so did you have your casket and everything picked out? I said, yes, and I have your urn picked out.
He said,
And
an
then-
urn? An urn? What's an urn?
And I didn't tell him about the upgrade of the box, but I upgraded the box also because it was very uncomfortable because I don't know what he would want. And I can only imagine, and here's the serious part of it, when your loved one passes away, whether it be your parents or your spouse, and you do not know what they want, to sit there and try to make those uncomfortable decisions, and then you look at and I even looked and I thought, oh, that's only another $100, okay. To even have to make those decisions, I honestly believe, and I trade this all serious, make your own plans because your loved one do not know what you want. And it's a very hard predicament to be in, to sit there. And I laughed about it. It was $83 a month, and it wasn't the money. It was just the act of doing it, going, I don't even know what he really wants.
Why doesn't he get a box?
He does. He's claustrophobic and does not want to be buried.
He's claustrophobic, and after he dies, he's going to look up and say, I'm in a box.
He doesn't even want his urn in the ground.
You know a lot about what he doesn't want.
What does he want?
But what do, and I would venture to say you probably have that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people come in. I mean, I had a couple yesterday came in. They have plots up in another state, and they were like, you know, we've purchased our cemetery a long time ago, but we haven't done the other part, and we often do that. So I was like, okay, going through the different options, whatever, and they're like, yeah, that's a lot of money. I think we're just gonna go to cremation. You can, you know. So it's like, okay, we can do that. So we did the cremation plan for themselves, but at least they decided it. Oftentimes, we get, you know, a parent passes away, a son or a daughter is like, well, I don't know if mom would agree to be cremated or not, so I guess I won't, and end up spending a lot of money to do what they think they would have wanted. Whereas if the person had decided themselves, maybe there's a better option.
It's true, because the Garden of Sarah is like buying a car. There is no doubt. It's not like Wayne gave me amazing prices through our Brooklyn Cafe show partnership with Dignity, but it's not an inexpensive undertaking.
Yeah, you upgraded.
I upgraded,
you got
but
nice hedges around, and
it's
you've got
beautiful, and there's great
flexibility.
trees, and there's great preserve behind it. But if by doing it now, I get a great opportunity to pay it off for a couple years, more than a couple years, and take care of it. My kids, if they looked at that sticker price like your kids, they're going to go, heck no, I'm
Well,
not
we'll
doing
get
that.
into that in a second.
I just have a question.
Sure.
How old or how young is too young
I'm glad you brought that up.
to be planning for this? If I know what I want, and I know that that may differ from what my parents have in mind,
Yeah.
how young is too young to start this process?
There's no minimum age. So, technically you could, buy a funeral plan for your kids, It seems, it's not, I've never done that, but I have had couples as early as in their 30s. They've got their first kids, they're doing their wider estate plan, and they come in and do their funeral arrangements. The benefit of doing that with Dignity Memorial is that later in life it's transferable to any of our other locations, even our cemetery. So if you purchase space in one of our cemeteries, you end up moving to another state, we can transfer like for like ownership of your cemetery spaces, and all of your funeral arrangements or cremation plan or whatever is transferable anywhere in our network. So there's a lot of advantages to that.
And I gotta tell you, because I spoke to Linda. Linda wants to, I call her Smoke. She wants to be cremated. And I spoke to my sister. And here I am thinking, because my sister really doesn't want to go to Puerto Rico. So I said to her, you come down here, and Wayne has shown me a thing where another body can lay. And I said to her, oh, you're gonna get smoked. I'll put you in it. And she says, wait, what? I don't want to get cremated. Now, I got to tell you, I never knew this.
She changed her mind?
My sister?
Oh, Linda.
No, Linda's going to be cremated.
Your
Linda
sister.
says scatter her in a mountain somewhere. I said, no, I'm not doing that.
Slick.
But my
Get the mic
sister
for her.
says to me, she does not want to be cremated. And she says, and promised me that if we do this, that she won't. I said, you got it. Not a problem. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer, because now her two kids, this becomes a family affair. Didn't I tell you that was going to happen? So everybody wants to be either smoked or boxed. There ain't too many room at the end for
Smoked
another.
or boxed.
Yeah.
There's always room at the end.
No, they can all be smoked. They don't have enough room. What do you think? Well, I'm going to go from here to Jersey? No. So my sister tells me, as long as I am, because we grew up in a Catholic religion house, who was told you don't get cremated. We don't do that. And that's a good question. My son, the genius, says, Dad, you're too young. I'm too young. I says, I'm going to leave it in your hands to take care of me. The reason I'm meeting Wayne is because he was going to cremate me. So I'm going to trust him? Trust him with what? To do the wrong thing? Did anybody ask you what you want to wear?
No.
Why not?
No.
My
You did.
mother, I did. My mother
You
was
did.
buried in a dress I borrowed from Dignity Memorial.
And Holly, I said it depends what fits.
Well, I don't think you're giving that back, Freddie.
Oh, you could
I don't
sew it
think
on
you're
the
getting
skin,
it back.
it doesn't
No.
matter.
I don't think you're getting it back. But the thing is that sometimes, you have small wantings that you want
Slick.
to be remembered. And, everybody says you're too young. People say nobody's going to go visit you. You're too far. You're too this. You're too that. The grass is too lumpy. You should see the things that they're throwing at me. I said, that's okay. That's where I'm going to be. And I know I'm going to be there.
Well, 100%, it's so much better to decide what you want, put things in place when you're healthy, when there isn't any kind of urgency there, because we see it every day. A lot of people don't, most people don't, I would say, and we hear from them when someone has died or about to, and it's not pleasant. And there's no payment plan when you're near death and you're paying the highest possible price.
And I saw that, and normally I would have looked at that price and went, nope, cannot. If I was like doing this at the spur of the moment because I had to, I would have looked at that price and said, absolutely not. But the way you worked it out for me made it so easily manageable that I didn't even have to think twice about it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different ways we can
Yeah.
do payment plans. So, you know, we can even pause payments if you're doing your funeral and cemetery at the same time. There's a lot of ways that we can make it affordable for everybody. And it's only going to get more expensive. I got to tell you, prices double about every 10 years. So
Then you told us the granite price was going up.
yes, so we know that I've been saying for weeks now, you know, in the new year, we're going to see price increases. Everything's going up, but in particular, they've warned us the markers, headstones, the granite, we're going to see a steep increase in that next month. So, but anyway, long story short, everybody should please consider doing your pre-arrangements ahead of time. Don't wait. Earlier the better. Please come and see us. Go to dignitymemorial.com. You can look for any of our locations in your area. I help with everybody in Southeast Florida, so if you want me to help you, I'm happy to do that, get you in touch with one of my colleagues. But if you're listening or watching from outside of this immediate area, we've got 250 locations in Florida, almost 2,800 throughout our network, all throughout North America, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Any of my colleagues would be happy to help anyone get the information to consider putting that in place. I guarantee you it's a better option than not doing it.
100%.
I got a question. When you go to a wake, anybody seen this? They have like a jar or a can or a box, and you put money into this thing. And what happens is, they did this when my brother died. What happens is they ask the wife or the kid, you know, do you have plans? And in the day, nobody did this. So they used to have this buildup of monies to help bury the body. I've never seen that. I never understood it when I was growing up. I remember people walking around with these chests of monies brought. Have you ever seen it? This is a true story.
Have you seen how many people have to do Fund Me now? Someone passed away unexpectedly. They have no money to do it. They go on Fund Me.
So that is the answer to your question. When is too young? Because you know what? When you don't have the monies to do what you desired in life, then you're going to take what can be paid for. And that is the saddest thing in the world. You know, my mother wanted to be buried. She had dignity. I didn't even know. I had no clue. My father, the same thing. My sister, I just discovered, same thing. So I said, so if you die on me tomorrow, I mean, what am I supposed to do? That's why.
And the thing that drives me crazy, I have to say, is that most people assume they're going to die of old age.
Everybody is.
And I hope that is the case for
everybody.
Everybody, but unfortunately, a lot of shit happens. Car accidents, illness, accidents, you never know when your day is. And the earlier you put things in plan, it's better. If you do die of old age, great. But if something else does happen, even more tragically for your family, then they're not having to deal with that and having to plan and pay for your funeral. And also, people say, oh, I've got life insurance. So, okay, well, how much is your life insurance? Because those prices are doubling every 10 years. So if you've got a $10,000 life insurance to cover your funeral and you die in 30 years, it's not covering it.
True.
I guarantee you. And even if it did, you're still leaving the burden of your family to decide what's happening.
Yeah.
And have them choose the casket you're going to be buried in on the day that you die.
It's so
not fun.
And I felt it on Wednesday, and he's just got to put the rest of the plans in place because it was uncomfortable then, and I can only imagine in that spur of the moment when you have to do it for your loved one, how incredibly uncomfortable it is, not only financially but emotionally, to make those decisions because you don't know what they would want.
And the things that you want should be respected. You know, a lot of people say to me, like, I want to take that camera 2 with me. That's what I want. Don't ask me why. That's what I want. If I didn't want it, I wouldn't say I'm taking it with me. But everybody in my family already knows about camera 2. But I did that just to remind them that that conversation they had with Wayne ain't gonna happen again. He knows what I'm talking about. It ain't happening again. Respect. That's all it is. I know that it's a new thought in an old school, but it's all important that you get the things you want. When you're no longer here, you work hard enough to do it, so do it.
Well, you know what this conversation also points to? First of all, it's really educating, and also it's normalizing a discussion that has been a taboo forever. And so just opening this up and making it a normal kind of discussion is really going to help so many people and help all of us. Because, yes, end of life is real. We're all going to die. We are. Hate to tell you this, but we're all going to die. And so why not have, a decision and a choice in how you want your end of life to look like? And opening this up is really, really an important discussion to have.
Wayne, what's the best way for people to contact you?
Yeah, so to reach me, my cell is 561-654-9000. But like I said, just go to dignitymemorial.com. You can contact me or any of my colleagues wherever you live. Just give us a call to say, look, I want to meet someone to look at options. We can meet you at one of our locations. We can meet you at home. We can do a virtual appointment. We're very flexible. We give everyone that we meet one of our personal planning guides, and that is designed to go in conjunction, ideally with putting your plans in place, but allows you to leave more information, instructions for your family, so they have that, so they know your wishes. Information that the funeral director is going to need to do what we need to do, but also allows you to leave information about who needs to be notified that you've passed away. What do you want to be said about yourself at your funeral, your eulogy, or in your obituary? Where do they need to send death certificates to avoid fraud and get all that done? So it's a pretty meaty guide to help families, and it answers over 90% of the questions that families may have when their loved one passes away.
I want to hire Holly. Holly, I'm going to hire you. I want you to do a show.
I will do
if
a
I'm
roast.
If I'm in the box, I want
I
you
will
to
do
a
a roast right over your box.
That's what I want.
You know.
You know something? That's what I want.
That's the way to go, right?
That's what I don't want nobody crying. I want people
I want a
laughing.
lot of people laughing too. You know.
I agree. I agree. That is so me.
Yeah,
that is everything
you have
I've
to have
ever
a
wanted.
fiesta. You have to have a party, and it's about a celebration. It's not about, if you want to cry, do it on your own. I want good
You have to
music,
fit that
good
in my
wine,
celebration
good
of life.
food. I could probably use every vendor here.
She's hilarious.
She's all right. Take a commercial break.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, for more information for Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida, or Eilleen, or anyone you've seen here. Let us know. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Coffee News is a fun, family-friendly weekly publication provided free to restaurants, coffee shops, and waiting areas for customers to enjoy. Grow your business today through the power of effective, affordable advertising. Coffee News is an active marketing medium specializing in the ongoing weekly promotion of your business. This builds awareness for your company so you become known as the leader of your industry and develop brand awareness so people think of you first when they want your services or products. Maximize your visibility and achieve outstanding results. For more information on Coffee News, contact sunrisecoffeenews@mail.com or give them a call at 954-951-7870.
Hey everyone, I'm Lady Ashley and this is my husband, Big John.
The muscle behind the hustle.
We are the creators of this very unique party planning business, Lady Ashley Party Planning. We are known for all the details. We specialize in gorgeous balloon decor, floral displays, and handle all of your party planning needs from A to Z.
Please feel free to visit our website at ladyashleypartyplanning.com. Our email is abpartyplanning@yahoo.com, and our phone number is 561-542-2296.
Justin Mooney is special counsel of the Florida office of Hinman, Howard & Cattell Attorneys. Justin's practice focuses on tax, estate planning, guardianship, probate, and trust administration. His passion is to provide clients with sophisticated estate plans which carry out their wishes, reduce any potential taxes, and preserve wealth for future generations. The attorneys of Hinman, Howard & Cattell provide first-class legal services and have achieved a reputation for excellence for over a century, staying on the leading edge of the law. When you need representation or legal counsel, contact Justin Mooney at 561-276-1008 or jmooney@hhk.com.
Cool, calm, collected. Needing a drink to end a long day, or maybe to start your vacation right? Gubba Rum is here to let you kick back and do just that. Inspired by a technique that dates back to the 1800s, these artisanal, organic, and naturally infused rums are made from pure cane and the finest fruits, spices, and herbs the world has to offer. Gubba Silver is infused with naturally shredded coconut, and Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla bean. Simply shake and enjoy. Visit gubbarum.com to find the nearest location to buy or enjoy. All establishments have personally reviewed and enjoyed firsthand the wicked smoothness of Gubba Rum. 35% ABV and 70 proof. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Creative, enchanting, whimsical. Artist Gina Bella is always creating artwork based on real stories and emotions, expressed through Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clay. Her feelings and stories come to life. Complete with glittery diamond dust over paintings and pottery, Gina Bella is always creating new pieces and commissions. You can find her work in staging homes, family Christian bookstores, New Jersey boutiques, and the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery, where she offers personal guided tours of her latest art pieces. Gina can also be found hosting weekend art camps, where she teaches adults and children pottery, painting, and jewelry. For more information on Gina Bella and her art, contact livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or give a call to 954-857-5444.
Welcome to Movies of Del Rey, a family-run movie theater that has been serving the Del Rey and Boca community for over 30 years. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Movies of Del Rey offers great admission prices, low concession prices, and quality customer service. Movies of Del Rey provides the quality of the big box theaters without the price tag. Movies of Del Rey provides new Hollywood content as well as new indie and independent movies. It truly is a hidden gem. Whether you're hosting a private event, party, or fundraiser, or are looking for your next date night activity, Movies of Del Rey is the perfect choice. Come on down to Movies of Del Rey, located at 7421 West Atlantic Ave in Delray Beach, or visit us online at moviesofdelray.com.
Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Welcome to our website. We've got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
In the 80s, I still had a problem, and in the 90s, and the 2000s, and well, darlings, let's just say that I was in and out of the Betty Ford clinic so many times I had frequent user miles, okay? But now, darlings, I've gotten myself together, except for one little thing, Maestro, one little thing that I just can't seem to control. A little more music, please, darling. Thank you. There's a lady living somewhere. Where it is, I do not know. But I long to write and tell her that I love her so. I'm afraid I may cause mayhem. Yes, I might destroy myself if I ever found her missing from my grocer shelf. Sarah Lee, your brioche just fraxes me. Give me a taste of your cherry Danish. I love my mother, but you can't compare her not to Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee. There's no H, just Sarah Lee, and that's okay by me. 'Cause I'm living in paradise when I'm nibbling your apple spice from the kitchens of the one I love, beautiful Sarah Lee. And it feels me right to my soul when I'm chewing your finger roll. And I'm crying, for goodness sake, there'll never be a better banana cake. Cousin Milton works at the Hilton. He caters banquets, and at each affair he'll swear by Sarah Lee. I really know what you mean. Sarah Lee. Honey, those brownies are obscene. Drop the H. Say Sarah Lee, and that's okay by me. I love your cheesecake bridal swirls, not to mention your chocolate curls from the kitchen of the one I love, beautiful Sarah, wonderful Sarah, Sarale. Sarah.
That's my girl.
Absolutely
Holy
amazing. The music and comedy of Ms. Holly Faris. For more information on booking Holly for your next venue, please contact jmproductions.biz, and Jeffrey Weinstein will be more than happy to get her that gig. That was amazing.
That was good stuff.
Holly, spectacular. We got Kenny Love in the house. The Florida Love Show is coming to you at 3 o'clock today. Don't miss out. Our good friend Sonny Arfa will be on the show with him, and it's going to be a great show.
It's been a minute we ain't seen Sonny.
We have not seen Sonny in a little bit. We're
About
still
3
going by
years ago.
Arfa? Yes, she is. Okay. And we've got Lord Barry Rubin joining us. Your commercial is in the works, Lord.
Thank you.
about the Mario Lanza show. Freddie has the piece right there, the poster.
And we have a change. It is now April 15th, correct?
14th, yeah.
Tax
14th?
day.
We're
It's the
pushing
day
for
of
the
taxes.
14th.
We have to talk about that.
It's kind of funny, huh?
We may want to go to the 15th.
That's tax day.
Oh, 14th.
Although everyone takes an extension in the United States anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
It's a Thursday.
Fact.
Thank you. But we're going to give you more information. We're going to work on the Eventbrite today. Get your tickets. It's a pay-per-view. Don't miss it. Straight from UK. And if you want to go to the UK to do it, let us know, because the Lord Barry will take you on his private plane.
So next week we're going to have some of that music uploaded, you said?
I'm ready.
Tenor Ian Michaels, he is re-recording some music for us for next
Yes.
week.
Yes, what's today? Is that Friday? Yeah, I'll have it on Monday morning. He's doing it. He set it all up for you, and it'll be here on Sunday.
Cool.
It'll be
Can
with
you,
straight away.
Mike? And I got to ask, are you going to be available tomorrow, 4 to 6?
From what time?
4 to 6, Lord.
PM.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a lord, you know. My hearing's not that good.
Slick,
Yes.
you guys or
Yeah.
Alyssa, who's ever on the board, can you have Freddie's Lord picture up there?
No, you don't need that. I wanted to ask. I want to invite Kenny Love tomorrow, 4 to 6. Kenny, I want to invite you up to deck 84. We're gonna have a little gathering up there, and I need you to come
Let's see
in
if they can find it.
your loveliness. This is Lord Love right here.
Lord Love.
We have him up there to talk and
But
everything
he
else.
hasn't got it on his credit cards.
And there you have it.
No,
There
but-
is Lord
but we
Freddie.
have your credit.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, Lord.
bam. Do you see the screen?
Oh, Lord help us.
So stay tuned. We've got the Mario Lanza show. It is coming out on streaming everywhere that you can find a TV or a cell phone device, April 14th or 15th. And if you're live in the UK, tickets are still available starting on March 24th. All you have to go to is MarioLanzaMusical.com.
Yes.
MarioLanzaMusical.com. There is Lord Freddie. That's
Yes.
nice, Freddie.
Now we
It's a
gotta
nice
give-
look, I gotta tell
That
you.
you have to 86 in the garbage. Thank you very much.
Kenny Love, what do you got cooking for today's show?
So today's show, I have the beautiful, loving Sunny Arfa. Can you get a picture of Sunny? Sunny, come over here.
You can sit next to Kenny.
Yeah, sit next to me, Sunny. And we're going to be loving Sunny's dad. I love you, Sunny. Love you so much. Richard Underwood is Sunny's dad. He lives up in Pennsylvania, right? Yeah. Pittsburgh. And he is pure love, like Sunny. And they are so close, and we're going to be loving him today. And I'm really excited because he's I don't know, he's just so special. When I made that slideshow, I was in tears for him.
Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, very handsome.
Very nice.
handsome.
I take
And
all the credit. That's where I get my looks from.
yeah,
So,
that's where she gets her
tune into
looks
the-
from. So we're going to be loving him today. And I just want to say one thing. I was in Publix before, and I gave out roses, and 2 women wanted to take pictures with me. So I said, great. They took a picture. They both handed me $1. So
If you ever lose your day job, you can walk around Publix and
So
take
I told
pictures.
them if I see a homeless person, I'm going to spread the love. I walked out of Publix, and there was a homeless person, and I gave him $2.
Very nice.
And I told him I love him. He said, I love you. And we took a picture together. And his name was Ronnie Love. And that's how love spreads. It's so simple. So
Very nice.
I love you, Dawn and Freddie. I love everybody here. You were fantastic, by the way. Amazing. And yeah, just spreading the love.
Fantastic.
All right,
What's
good
going
stuff.
on? Great show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Our first hour you'll be able to hear again on WNN tonight at 6 o'clock for the Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours. JM Productions, Eilleen, it all starts with you. Everyone that's here, Barry and Dr. THC and everyone. Amazing show. Crew did a great job.
Okay.
Ready to wrap this up?
Wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. Tune in today at 3 o'clock, everyone. Florida Love Show with Kenny Love. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time, and tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m., Deck 84. Come join us for a Gubba rum sampling.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we